Okay, I'm going to try this again. I ran out of space the last time, so I deleted it and I'm going to try it again. This is just an explanation for people who may wonder, people who know me especially, who may wonder why I've developed an attitude like I have when it comes to women. And some may be offended by what I'm going to say, but I'm going to tell some stories to explain how I came to the point where I'm at now. And maybe it'll give even women who watch this, even though they might find it offensive, it may give them a little insight as to why some men become the way I've become. And basically, it's like this. I've gotten to the point where I just want to stay the heck away from women. I don't want female friends. I don't want, um, definitely don't want to pursue women romantically. I'm still physically attracted to women, but I don't really like women that much as people. And I'm going to explain why, and I don't trust women. And I'm going to explain why. Because I figure making a statement like that, I kind of owe you an explanation, especially if you are a woman. Because I've just trashed all women by making those statements. So if I'm going to do that, I should at least explain why I feel that way. And this may resonate with other men, and it may even resonate with women that I say this to, because they may see themselves in some of these things that I'm going to say, or they may see other women in it, or they may see men in me. They may look and say, okay, I've known other men who were like this, and I didn't know why. But now, maybe I understand men a little better than I did before, or whatever. Basically, the friction between myself and women actually started when I was in high school. Women have always reacted strangely to me, but the friction between us really started in high school. We had a girl in our class who was the leader of the girls. Basically, if you were a girl and you weren't in with her, you weren't in with anybody. That's how it was, you know. You wouldn't have a friend in the world. And she had gotten new boots. She's really proud of her new boots, like, you know, young girls often are. Now, this was back in grade 10, so we were all, 16, 17 years old, in that age range. She got these new boots anyway. She was going around proudly showing everybody her new boots. And when she came to me, she lived on a farm, and she was kind of a highfalutin person. And she had that way about her, like she was embarrassed that she lived on a farm. She thought she was too good to live on a farm. And what did I do anyway? I says, oh, you got yourself a new pair of shit kickers there. They look good, or whatever. Just give her a smart answer, which is a young guy. Young guys will do stuff like that. Anyway, my answer, but what I said to her upset her, it humiliated her, and I realized that right away, and it was kind of a jerky thing to do, and I apologized sincerely. I wasn't actually actively trying to hurt her or anything. I was just being a smart aleck. That's all, like a lot of young guys will be. But I recognized I had said something I shouldn't have said, and I apologized. Didn't make a bit of difference. I was then blacklisted. So I couldn't date in high school because I had made this comment. The girls were all scared of me because they were scared of her, and she had blacklisted me effectively because I did that. So I acknowledge in that case I was at least partially the cause of my own trouble, because I said something I shouldn't have said. But I do think the punishment outweighed the crime. Really, I mean, I don't. It went beyond. It just went beyond what would be reasonable. I mean, you don't lock somebody up for 20 years for a parking ticket, really. Or you don't execute somebody because, I don't know, because they shoplifted or something. You punish them, yes, but you don't punish a person excessively. I probably deserve to be punished for what I said. In fact, I'm pretty sure I did deserve to be punished for what I said, but not to the degree I was punished. Anyway, that was just petty stuff from high school, so we'll get past that and move on to adult stuff here. Over the years, I've had women freak out at me in grocery stores, women I didn't know. Just recently at Walmart, I had a woman freak out at me because I passed her in an aisle. Now, I didn't touch her. I didn't try to talk to her, so I didn't say anything to her that might have upset her. I wasn't following her around. I wasn't oogling her. In fact, this was a woman I wasn't attracted to. I thought she had a tough look to her, and I didn't find her attractive. What I did do is, when I passed her in the aisle, I just glanced at her and nodded. Just nodded my head, just as an acknowledgement, or a greeting or whatever on my way by. That's all I did. And that woman went completely snaky on me. Cussed me up and down, called me names that I can't repeat on YouTube, and everything because I did that. And I've had that happen several times in stores and whatnot, where women have reacted to me that way. I've had it happen on the street, too. I had a cashier at one of these UPull It wrecking yards one time, because they always hire young women, at these places to be cashiers, because they're hoping, I guess it's eye candy or whatever, get these testosterone filled men to want to come back or whatever, because they have some hope that they might score with the pretty young woman or whatever. I don't know, but I was just in there buying car parts. I pulled some parts off an old car in there, and I was standing in line to pay for my parts. And the woman said to her coworker, the young woman says to the other young woman that was there, she pointed at me and she said, "That guy is really creepy." Now, to the other girl's credit, she says, "Well, I mean, he's just in here buying car parts. Like, don't know what your problem is. The guy's just in here buying car parts." So, that was kind of good anyway. That was kind of a good experience with a woman. That the other one did say, "Well, he's just here buying car parts. What's your issue, basically, with him?" But that same woman, a few weeks later, I was back there, and her coworker was still there, but she wasn't, and they had a manager in there working, doing her job. And the manager was saying, "I don't know what's wrong with so-and-so." And that was the name of the girl that had called me creepy. She keeps calling in sick. Like, does she want this job or doesn't she? I'm getting fed up with this. I remember him saying that to the other girl. And the other girl said, "Well, I don't know. I haven't heard from her in a few weeks. So I don't know what's going on with her." Anyway, when I left there, down the street, there was one of those massage parlors that isn't really a massage parlor, if you get my drift. And it's a poorly kept secret. Everybody knows where these places are and what they are. And when I'm going past there, who do I see standing outside the door smoking a cigarette but the cashier who called me creepy? So basically, I'm creepy standing there buying car parts or waiting my turn to buy my car parts. But she can go and work at a place where she's doing, well, I can't even repeat what she's doing on YouTube, but you can imagine, with strangers. And that's not creepy. Again, I don't understand it, but there it is. I had a neighbor woman who went around and told everybody in town, this was a small town, that she was living in terror, having me across the hall from her. That she was feared for her safety because I'm such a bad and creepy and nasty guy. And she had people feeling sorry for her. I had people confronting me on the street. "What are you doing to that poor girl, that she's so scared of you," and all that. I didn't know what they were talking about, but I gave her the benefit of the doubt because I know the women do react funnily to me, so I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I figured, well, maybe she believes that I'm a danger to her, even though I'm not. Maybe she sincerely believes I am. I mean, I don't understand it, but women do react in a different way to me, so maybe in her mind, maybe there's something to it, even though there really isn't in reality anything to it. But that same woman used to have her 5-year-old daughter come and knock on my door, and I'd sit in the hall with the girl outside my door. I'd never let her into the apartment because I was always afraid of some false accusation, For a single man to have a little neighbor girl come into his apartment, I just didn't think that would be a good thing. I was afraid of what people would say. But what I used to do is I used to sit down in the hall with her, and she'd talk to me. She'd show me if she got a new toy or something. She'd bring it out and show me stuffed animal or whatever. She had to show me that. And when she started school, I'd help her with her homework. She'd come out there with whatever she was working on, and I'd knock on my door, and I'd come out and close the door and sit down on the floor in the hallway with her and help her with it. We once built a little forest scene in a shoebox together that she was assigned to do anyway by her teacher. And, well, I mean, if she was really scared of me, why would she allow her daughter to be around me? Why would she have her daughter come over and knock on my door, and then we'd sit in the hallway together and do these things, And the thing is, though, one day I'm putting my key in the keyhole to open my door, and that woman came out of her apartment wearing nothing but a towel. Now, bear in mind, this is the woman who says she's terrified of me. And she spun around, she did a pirouette